Hey all, I am Dr. Shahid, the one who blessed the first rank in last 2023 November INSET exam. Currently, I am doing MDS in orthodontics at Aiims. So, in this video, I would like to share my journey, my preparation, and tips that I have taken and all. First of all, I want to introduce myself. I am Dr. Shahid Muneer from Malappuram, Kerala. I studied my BDS from Government Health College Thrissur. Like many of us, I was an average student there. When I passed my final exams, I did a lot of research, like exploring options like pursuing a master's in abroad, working internationally, setting up a dental clinic, joining the Army Dental Corps, and so on. During my internship days, I realized that in order to further my growth, pursuing a master's degree was an essential. As a student of GDC, I didn't have much time for studies during my internship, so I made a decision to dedicate an entire year for preparing postgraduate studies. Many of my friends and faculty members suggested attending offline classes at CDs Davangere for my preparation. Knowing that I needed to isolate myself from home to focus on my studies, I decided to go there and study. That's a bit about me. Everyone asked me about the day I saw the result. How was it? How do I feel now after seeing the results? The day was November 11th of 2023. As we know, the INSET exam has a very limited number of seats, and I wasn't sure about my ranks because of that exam format was different from the previous years. I was at home studying since morning for the upcoming NEET 2024 exam. During the evening, I received a call from my friend Vikas informing that results were out. I checked using my registration number, and as I zoomed into the PDF file, swiped on my phone, suddenly I saw the numbers like rank 1, 100%. I couldn't believe at first. I checked again and again. I couldn't believe it. Then I started receiving calls and messages from my friends. Now about my score, chosen subject in college. I attempted 196 questions. Out of that, 161 correct answers are there. The subject I chosen is orthodontics in Aiims Delhi. I had a passion for orthodontics since my second year of pre-clinics. Many have messaged me suggesting that I secured the first rank because I attended GDC. It's not like that. As I mentioned earlier, my college was GDC Thrissur, the youngest GDC in Kerala. Since we weren't provided specific guidance on what books to study for just pass mark, our faculties advised us like to read from the standard book only. Therefore, we had to rely on books like Karansa, Profit, Burkitt, White and Furrow, like that. This approach inadvertently made entrance exam preparation easier for me, as I had already covered the basics from these standard books. It felt like we were studying for just passing marks, but from the standard textbook. In reality, these were the core areas needed for entrance exam preparation. It's important to note that these strategies can also be adopted by a non-GDC student. Efficiency can be overcome through extensive reading. I know many AIM students who graduated from non-GDC colleges. So don't let yourself be limited by any barriers. Now I want to delve into the most important part, my journey. On November 11th of 2022, just exactly 365 days before my result, I arrived in Davangere, began my preparation. In front of CD's Institute, students were studying while sitting on steps, walking along pathways that I was facing my competition head on. I understood that I needed more time compared to those who excelled academics during their BDS. Initially, I struggled a lot to maintain focus, study effectively. Everyone knows Dr. Raisen sir, the remarkable instructor at CDs who covers all 20 subjects. He mentors thousands of students without any hesitations. Every day, he motivates us through his voice messages, sharing the story of those who have excelled in our country. He emphasized the importance of consistency and persistence, which greatly inspired me. He also encourages average students to strive for excellence in their exam, like me. I distinctly remember that day I met Dr. Raisen sir for the first time. He made me promise that I would top our country in All India exam. When the result were announced, I secured first rank. I called him to share the news. I have fulfilled my promise. Now let's discuss my strategies. From the onset of my preparation, I adopted the practice of creating a timetable for the following day at the end of each day. The timetable consisted of 1 hour sessions starting from 6 to 7 am, continuing through the day. I allotted time for water breaks in each hour. This systematic approach helped me to tremendously in staying organized and reducing backlogs. I typically woke up at 5:30 am. After prayer, I begin my study by doing daily boosters MCQs from VDS Next app by CD's Institute. I followed this with MCQs from the Dental Pulse book until 8 am, dedicating 30 to 45 minutes for breakfast. The next session continued until 1 pm. After that, from 4 pm to 8 pm, the next round. Finally, I dedicated the time from 9 pm to 11 pm for studies. Initially, my study hours were limited to 8 to 10 hours. and just before exam is like 12 to 14 hours of preparation. It was unwise to simply read through all 20 subjects continuously, then start revising in subsequent rounds, as there is a high chance of forgetting what was learned during that initial round. The plan was to study 2 or 3 subjects at a time. While studying the 4th subject, I would revise the first subject. This approach made it easier to revise every subject thoroughly and retain the information effectively. How I handle stressful situation during my preparation is made easier by my close circle of friends. They kept me motivated, stood by me during the toughest times. Whenever we felt low, we supported each other. To cope with the stress, I often turned to music, especially motivational songs. Music acted as a therapeutic remedy for me, helping me alleviate any stress I encountered. The last initial exam is like they introduced an entirely new pattern, splitting 200 questions into 4 sections, 50 MCQs each. Each section had a time limit of 45 minutes. This new format was unveiled just 2 days before the exam, caused panic among students. It had both negative and positive aspects. We were advised to focus on tackling 50 MCQs in a single section. Unlike previous inset exam, we had to consider all 200 MCQ at once. However, time management emerged as a major challenge in that exam. Inset MCQs typically require deeper thought compared to NEET exam, or predominantly clinical in nature, with fewer MCQs based on basic subjects. Conversely, in the NEET exam, every subject needed to be studied with equal emphasis. During the exam, I found the first set particularly challenging and ended up skipping the 4 MCQs. However, my confidence was restored when I completed the second set, as many questions were exact repeats from the previous year, and third and fourth sets also featured numerous repeat questions. I realized that with many repeat MCQs, competition would be more fierce, as everyone would be familiar with these questions. Only the remaining new questions determined this rank. I want to clarify that this is not a promotion for the institute. Rather, I am speaking from my personal experience as a student there. Many have asked about the exam patterns at CDs, whether it is necessary to adhere strictly to the timetable provided, and the importance of ranking highly in CDs exams. Results at CDs often emphasize just follow, sir. I personally adhered to this advice, studying diligently from these lectures, notes, pin papers, CDs exams, and app MCQs provided by the institute. However, there is no need to wait, sir, for finishing the subject. If time permits, you can cover multiple subjects, ideally focusing on 2 different subjects in a day. At CD's Institute in Davangere, there is always a crowd of students eager to meet Raisen sir after class. He mentors students from all backgrounds and levels of ability. I had the opportunity to meet him just a month before the initial exam, and his guidance was invaluable in formulating a plan to achieve my desired rank. I am forever grateful to him for his support and advice. When I received the 8th rank in my first series exam, I realized that if I continued preparing consistently, I would secure seat in GDC. While the rank themselves may not hold significant importance, achieving a single-digit rank provided me with the motivation and energy to persevere in my studies. It's acceptable to achieve ranks in the hundreds and thousands, but it's crucial not to skip any exams conducted by series. Each exam presents an opportunity to learn from the mistakes, identify our weak areas, and improve. This approach has made a substantial difference in my preparation. In conclusion, the key to success lies in the preparing for exam consistently and confidently, while also learning from each experience to continually enhance one's abilities. In addition to dental pulse, I utilized various other material for my exam preparation, like dentist for general anatomy, dental materials, periodontics, and Jidendra Sharan for orthodontics, Vivek Jain for public health dentistry, Sparsh Gupta for general pathology and pharmacology, Triplet for last minute MCQ revision, and I also made use of SR questions from the Red Book. Each of these resources played a crucial role in providing comprehensive coverage of these subjects, aiding in my preparation for the exam. Now I want to discuss some do's and don'ts during the preparation. First of all, I want to discuss some do's. First one is to take sufficient breaks. Breaks are crucial during preparation periods like these. Our brains require rest, especially our daily routine revolves around studying. As I mentioned earlier, even short water breaks provided a much needed rest for our brain. Second one is eat healthy foods. Time management is crucial, we can't afford to let any negative factors like sickness disrupt our preparation. By consuming healthy food, we can mitigate such risks associated with by consuming expired or unhygienic food items. And third one is sleep adequately. Sufficient sleep is essential for optimal brain function during preparation. Then some don'ts. Don't overdo any subjects. It's important to maintain a balance among all 20 subjects. It's common to feel unsatisfied even after performing well in a subject. However, prioritizing one subject over the others can lead to neglecting the rest, which is not advisable. And second one is don't compare. Don't compare with each other. Each individual has their own pace and strength. So focus on your own journey rather than comparing yourself to others. And finally, don't spend excessive time on your phone. Setting time limits on phone usage is essential during preparation. I personally set a focus timer on my phone to restrict usage. Thank you all for joining me on this journey. Remember, life is an adventure to be shared and cherished. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep spreading positivity. See you in the next video. Bye.